be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, ScottDog. Know anything useful about Tartarus? We're playing some Outer Worlds, we're on Tartarus and we're about to bring this to a conclusion.
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain.
Thanks, Ada.
I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you returned, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Wow. How long will that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free.
Perfect.
You'll be dead.
Not going to arrest me or anything?
We're on lockdown. We have standing orders to shoot intruders on sight.
Uh-huh.
Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're going to have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock.
Ooh.
Wait, is that from the groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated.
What the heck?
How can I be of assistance?
What's the other ship, Ada?
Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
I hear ya. Everyone ready? Who are we taking with us? No idea. I guess we'll take the same old two, right? Okay. Oh, we could have transferred items to our containers on our ships. Not that we really need anything. Okay. You two ready? This is going to get a bit hairy.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Margot.
John Lee is in the house.
Stay down, Hullhead.
Groundbreaker doesn't need trash.
Nice. Is it? It doesn't look like the last of them. There's one right here. We should probably heal.
Stay down, Hullhead.
Waste of my time.
Nice.
That was fun.
What? What's that? Nothing not right. Down! Down!
There's one right behind us, everybody. I missed him about 4 times. Okay, good. Okay, what are we doing? Are we going in the main door? Well, let's go in the main door, right? Why wouldn't we go in the main door?
The prison had for
far is gonna cut a storm like that and guarding the gates.
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again.
Yeah, you two aren't wrong. It's also a long way down, have you noticed?
Nice of them to leave us a few options.
Okay, there seems to be a lot. Of guards. I guess we go middle floor then, right? And hope. Well, there is a lot of them over here. He's just standing there. How are we supposed to get past him? Come on now. Uh-oh.
Halt. Performing an aerial...
Here they come!
Oh, God. Well, I guess we're going for this then.
Who's ready for more?
I guess we just run in there. Just legs everywhere. Nice. I'm gonna die. Phew. Okay. The elevator's pretty slow. Again. It doesn't go very far up. Why does it have some stairs? Come on. Wow, there's a lot of there's a lot of things here. Vending machines. Do we really need all of these? I mean, I guess we could upgrade our weapon, right? This we could. Let's just check. I haven't got anything else that does more damage. This does 480. The single-handed one does more. Why not? We'll upgrade this. We're short of money. Okay, good. Transition to the pit. Okay. Now what? Holy crap.
Guess we're going up.
Access storage manifest. Kilowatt, 34 kilowatts. The occupants of these chambers being injected with steady supply of UDL painted Veto hibernation fluid. Okay. Yoo-hoo.
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
Here they come.
Here I go.
Nice.
Just like that.
Oh, is he dead? He's dead.
Right.
Oh, this was an elevator. Oh. Oh. Can you come back down? Oh, no. Oh, no, there isn't a button to get it. Oh, there is. For you. It was like there isn't a button to bring it back down. Did you just stay up there and do some shooting? No, you didn't. Okay, that doesn't help me. Okay.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Nice.
Not bad, huh?
Oh, you guys are with us. Nice.
The drop on us. Look at us. Take it over.
You got an army with us. Don't know how they got here, but nice.
Incoming. I'll fix you right up.
Beautiful.
Anyone else? Take him down. Here we go. That does it.
Nice.
For a drink? Here they come. We got him.
Oh, all of them? Nice.
We're doing this. Bring him
Do you really? Yeah, not today.
No prisoners.
Okay, I think we just keep moving, right? Nice. Trying to get straight with Ancandre's orders, but there are a few things more from my end. Bring in a VIP. Okay. We've seen that before. Okay, so we just went round the long way. And then we go up here.
What did I tell you? Harlow's down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it.
It's hard to know who to
Take
trust.
a page out of my rule book. Don't trust anyone.
Yeah, I don't know about that,
And
Ellie.
it's easy. Don't get all mushy on me now. Come on, what did we just learn? People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion.
Mm-hmm. Can't live your life thinking the worst.
Sure I can. In fact, I bet you I live a lot longer.
Maybe you're right.
Well, let me know how that works out for you. Anyway, you really want to tell me you're helping the scientist because you think he'll save the colony?
I think I am, yeah.
And here I thought I'd seen it all. This galaxy must be bigger than I'd thought. Enough about Harlow, though. Anything else? Something you need?
No, I don't think so. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Right, where are we going? Round the other way now.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So
MSI are here now. Okay. There's Grim. You lot got this? We're going up.
Guess this is it, huh? Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you well.
You might want to face the other way and be ready.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
Uh-huh. Just rooting out corruption one idiot at a time.
Idiot? I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
Wowza. Just the man I'm here to kill.
How dare you? Even thinking about killing the chairman of the Halcyon board is a felony. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself.
Uh-huh. Oh, of course. How long till you're done? Please don't arrest me.
Is that sarcasm?
It is.
Do you know what I do to people who employ the lowest, most base form of humor? I fire them. Alas, as you are woefully unemployed, I'll have to do the next best thing and have you killed. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
Stop swearing. I'll be there before you know it. Hell yeah. Look at that thing. Here we go, everybody. It's Ram. Hello, Ram.
Their mistake.
Oh. thought you were going to be. I thought you were going to be nice to us. Okay, well that worked out a treat. Glad you brought your friend along. Oh, look at this. It's got nice all of a sudden.
See, me to save Halcyon after all.
Oh, was that it? That was your whole thing. How do we... I don't know how to... Oh, okay, there's a lever. I was looking at it and I was like, no, there's nothing to do here.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
You kidding? The board never stood a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh?
Something like that.
You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Best get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon.
I don't know about that.
If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Well.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide Medevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
Sounds rough.
Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered slugs transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had
that bit's not true.
with alcohol.
That bit didn't happen. It was a different cow.
Thrived under Bertie's leadership and care.
Good on you,
The
babe.
Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably. Although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted.
Nice.
Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people.
Nice.
Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you? The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Nice. Well, there you go, everybody. The Outer Worlds, we're done. Finally. It dragged on a little bit, I will say that. I like the little synopsis at the end there, the summary. I guess I'll leave you with the credits. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, follow us on Twitter. If there's anything you want to see us play, please let us know. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.